Hello, and welcome to another episode of Community Update. I'm Matthew Byard.
Community Update is brought to you with the support of the following organizations, businesses and individuals: Heritage Canada, Canadian Association of Community Television Users and Stations, Cactus, M4 Media, Flenjor Foods, Sheyi Ajetamobi, Hallicraft Buka, Yogesh Mehta, and Natural Butter Bar.
My guest today has been at the forefront of fostering unity, culture, and community engagement as the president of the Association of Nigerians in Nova Scotia. Nigerians in Canada make up one of the fastest growing immigrant groups with a population that has more than doubled in the past decade. And leading the charge in creating a strong sense of belonging and connection within this community here in Nova Scotia is none other than Adegoke Fadare. Adegoke.
Hi, it's great being here, Matthew. You guys are doing an amazing work here.
Oh, thank you. I pronounced that correctly?
Yeah, you did.
Initially, it said Goke. That's what your friends call you, is it? Goke?
Well, Adegoke is the real meaning, because obviously our names always have meaning. So Adegoke is the full import. But obviously, I recognize the fact that sometimes that might be a bit harder for individuals. So some people call me Goke.
Right. So I understand this past weekend there was the rain canceled a barbecue party of the association.
It's what we call the Nigerian BBQ Carnival. It's over the years. We started out as being just a normal summer party, but now it's a carnival party because we get to showcase music, our fashion, our culture, our food, our drinks, and our hospitality as Nigerians here in Nova Scotia.
So has it been rescheduled? What should people
Well, we
expect?
rescheduled it September the 2nd, which is this coming Saturday. It's going to be an amazing time. Also, we rescheduled the venue, so it's going to be back to our original spot that we've been having over the years, which is the Tremont Park, somewhere in Halifax, around the Clayton Park, still around the Clayton Park region.
And what can people expect when they show up?
Oh, it's going to be great. We're going to have live music. We're going to have Rhythm of Africa. We'll be there live. They'll be doing some amazing things. We also have DJ Snow Chills. It'll be on the Wheels of Steels. We also have games, things to be won, there are prizes to be won, gift cards. It's just going to be a lot of food, lots of grilled chicken, not just barbecue in terms of sausages. We'll have sausages too. We have the corns, we have the plantains, we have the fish. It's just going to be an amazing 5 hours of entertainment.
And can anyone show up? Can I show up? Is it?
Oh, yes. All you have to do is important that you go to our website to register. So you have to go to nigeriansinnovascotia.org and click registration for you to be part of it. It's simple. It's easy. Our online store. Get your ticket. It's important that you register, but it's free. But we need you to be able to account for you in terms of everything.
And so how important are events like this, and do you put on other events, and how important are they in fostering a sense of unity and belonging?
It's important. What we did when I came into office with my team, we created what you call, who are the critical stakeholders. So we identified 8 critical stakeholders, and we created different initiatives for those stakeholders. So we had things like, in June, we had the meet and greet session, which was for newcomers to introduce them to the workforce, give them necessary skill sets. So we had partnerships with Eastern College, RBC, Flenjor Foods, and the likes. So we had Dare to Dream Camp. We had over 120 kids just some weeks ago at camp. It was the cheapest camp, by the way, in the whole of Nova Scotia. It was just $50 for 2 weeks. So we obviously funded with assistance from partners and friends of the association. So it's important for us to do those strategic initiatives because it gives people a sense of belonging. And as a result, it also allows them to create what I call deeper roots. I always say people stay in a place because of the experiences they create and the connections they're able to build as a result too.
And any other main goals and initiatives that you set forth as the president of the association? Are those the main ones?
Wow, there's been a lot. Like I said, we are targeting the entire, the critical stakeholders. So we had the airport pickup where we pick up people who are newcomers arriving here in Nova Scotia for free from the airport, and we give them their very first meal. So we have that all together. We created a platform that allow people, regardless whether you're in Truro, whether in Sydney or wherever you are in Nova Scotia, to be able to connect with other people, to create that sense of belonging and that sense of community and communal living. So it's a couple of things we've done, and we're really impressed at the things that we've done so far.
You're sort of getting ahead of me with some of the questions. What other collaborations and partnerships does your association enter into? Do that sort of thing. So
we've been able to, when I ran as the president, I remember one of the things I said strongly was that we're going to be able to create what I call bridges. I love to create bridges. I see myself as a bridge builder, to create bridges between the internal and also the external. So we created bridges with the municipality, at the provincial level, and also at the federal level. So we've been able to receive significant amounts of funding to be able to access all kinds. We're working in partnership with the province. We've been able to recruit and retain healthcare professionals here in Nova Scotia. Nigerians now are the largest number of licensed doctors in the Nova Scotia. Right. Even the CCA, which is a continuing care program, Nigerians have taken hold of that. We're helping, we see ourselves as credible partners in solving some of the biggest issues you and I face as Nova Scotians living here. And so we're excited about those partnerships, those initiatives, and those strategies.
And it's my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Nigeria, is that the country that has the most black people living in it in the world?
Yeah, well, not just, there's a saying that says for every 5 black, 1 is a Nigerian. And I always add, people say that anywhere you go, if you don't meet a Nigerian there, but get out of the place. So, but it's exciting because not just only are we the largest in terms of the black, right now, the largest born blacks outside of Canada that live presently in Nova Scotia are Nigerians. So we're ever growing, we're contributing our quarter, we're part of the solutions, and we're part of solving those problems that exist here. And I'm really excited being part of such a community.
And so they're not just in Halifax, you say they're in other parts of the
we're
province?
all over. I had the opportunity to have a meet and greet in Cape Breton earlier in the year. That was in January. I was amazed that in Cape Breton University alone, at that time, we had over 500 Nigerians in Cape Breton at that time. And many more are still coming, even though I recognize that because of the way the landmark and the difficulty of accommodation and housing has been there, some people have chosen to move out of the place. But those are some of the numbers that we're playing with.
All right. And just going back to the barbecue for a moment, is there a way that businesses can get involved as well?
Yes. So we ask for businesses to be part of everything we do. We have a lot of our support from the Nigerian businesses and external businesses. Obviously, in this, we have RBC supporting us to some extent. We have Micros, Family Focus Group supporting us. And we have a lot of Nigerian businesses also supporting us. And we're excited about that. So if you want to be a part of the Niger Summer Barbecue Carnival, you can simply send us an email at admin@nigeriansinnovascotia.org and you would be contacted back. We're looking for all the support, all the partners. Like we said, we're going to be feeding over 2,000 people on that day.
And just say the email address again.
It's admin@nigeriansinnovascotia.org. That's ORG.
All right. And it's my understanding, so this is your second term as president of the association?
No, that's still my first term.
Oh, it's your first term.
This is my first term, but this is my second, a year and a half now. It's a 2-year term. So I'm excited about the opportunity and that I've been given. And I'm also opportunity that the fact that people have entrusted me with the vision and to be able to make it happen for them.
Are there any major challenges that you've faced thus far that maybe stand out?
Well, there always will. There are always challenges. Obviously, we know the biggest challenge that people face is housing. Housing is one of the biggest headaches. And one of the things we tried to do was like when there were issues of housing, major issues of housing in Sydney, we got a lot of our people to go and invest in properties in places like Sydney, even though we've been able to resolve, because some of the crisis people come in as international students into Nova Scotia, and as international students, they don't have credit history, they don't have work. As a result of that, housing was difficult for them, even though it was also scarce. So we tried to help bridge those gaps by encouraging a lot of Nigerians to go into that space to get houses. And we've seen significant improvement, but obviously we believe we can do better. We're hoping to be able to, at some point in time, be able to get land, to be able to build things, so that we can support our people better.
Does the issue of racism in housing ever make itself apparent to you in any way? Maybe it's something you just sense, maybe it's not something.
We know that it's something that is real, but we try to make sure that that's not our major focus, because the truth of the matter is you could always decide, if like someone once said, somebody chose you a lemonade, someone chose a lemon, make a lemonade for it. So we whatever it is, we try to convert it to become what we need it to be. And so that's the mentality and the mindset that we operate with.
And so diversity and inclusion are important aspects of community organizations. How has the association promoted these values and ensured that everyone's voice is heard?
It's very important that voices are heard. And like I always believe, voices are important. If people don't have a seat at the table, then there's always going to be a problem. So that means there has to always be representations. And that's why we work with things like Multicultural Group. We work with a lot of presidents across different cultures, from the Filipinos to the Chinese to the Indians. We're constantly building those links and those connections. And you're going to see a lot of them come for this barbecue to just show support. We call them the friends of the association, to let us know that those bridges, regardless that we are not differentiating differentiated by the color of our skin or by our lived experiences. But at the end of the day, that you and us are Nova Scotians, and this place deserves for us to give our best and to add value to it.
Are there any other initiatives or events coming up?
Oh yes, the Nigerian Festival Week. It's the biggest festival that happening here in Nova Scotia. It's going to be happening from September the 30th all the way to October the 7th. It's going to start out with the flag raising cultural performances at the Grand Parade. Like last year, we had the Minister of Immigration, Labor, Skill and Immigration. We had Deputy Minister for the province. We had representative from the Premier. We had the Mayor, the Deputy Mayor, and a whole lot of friends and Nigerians. It's going to be an incredible time. It's going to start from September the 30th all the way to October the 7th. The grand finale is in October the 7th is the awards and dinner night, which is going to be happening somewhere downtown. And the tickets are going live on sale from September the 2nd. So about a month to the time, people can start buying the tickets for the event. It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to have people like Timmy Dakolo. Tim Dakolo is a big-time international Nigerian artist. It's going to be live here in Halifax, and we plan to make a lot of noise about it.
And so this is an annual initiative?
It is an annual. It has been in existence long before I even became president. I'm just making sure that we take it to the next level. That's all.
Right. It's almost like a month long, you said.
It's a week long. It's a week long from September the 30th to October the 7th. We're going to be having jollof cook-off competition. That's Nigeria versus Ghana. We're going to be settling who cooks the best jollof rice once and for all. We're going to be having the soccer match, Nigeria versus Jamaica, and a soccer tournament. It's going to be, there's a lot of activities. The theme for the event is called Elevate and Unite. And the reason why we say elevate and unite, because in order for us to unite as one, we must elevate our thinking, because where we are right now is a function of the product of our thoughts. And in order for us to be able to unite, we need to introduce new levels of information. So those new levels of information bring about some level of elevation, and as a result, we can lead into places of unity. So those are the collaborations we are seeking, and we're excited because we're hoping that that theme will reverberate throughout Nova Scotia, that you and I can actually elevate our conversation, and as a result, maybe we can unite.
Right. And is there a full event schedule online somewhere? Folks?
Yes, you would say it. It's not yet online, but it's going to be online from the September the 2nd. You'll see the entire event online. It's going to be in Nigeria. All information that you require about Nigerians here in Nova Scotia, you can easily find it at nigeriansinnovascotia.org. You can find all the details. By September the 2nd, all the itineraries, the various activities and programs for the day is going to be on it.
And I sort of asked my last question without realizing it. So folks want to get more involved with the association overall, that they go to the same web address?
So the same website with everything from membership dues to interactions to being able to chat with members of the team is all on the website. So what I will call the magic word today is nigeriansinnovascotia.org. There you'll be able to find all the information about the upcoming events, most especially about booking for your barbecue, because you need to register for the barbecue so that we can account for you.
Adegoke Fadare,
thank you so much, Matthew. It's always great speaking with you.
And that has been Adegoke Fadare, President of the Association of Nigerians in Nova Scotia. He's been talking to us about some of their programs for this season. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more updates on what's going on in the community. I'm Matthew Byard. See you soon.